such a peculiar day. I had to share a video because the emotions of the day are wild today. On the same day that I receive a call in the morning to say that a couple who have been working on their relationship, and we thought we'd reached a point in them healing and staying together, have decided that they're going to divorce and separate after 9 years of marriage, and what that involves. Within the same day, I attend a hen party for one of a very close friend of mine, and they're getting married, and the emotions that are mixed up in all of this. So I thought I'm going to do a video just to talk about this for a minute. You know, the reality is no relationship is going to come without any suffering. No relationship is going to come without any sacrifice, any compromise, any heartache, any issues, any arguments, any confrontations, any issues. And, you know, and I'm talking particularly specifically about the relationships where you're really, really committed. You know, you're really invested. You've invested in this relationship. It's the relationships where, you know, two people decide we're going to stand up at the altar in front of all our friends and family and make this vow to one another to be together. You know, really invested relationships. And what happens is, you know, there is no sudden big event or a big shock, or, you know, she cheated or he cheated. You know, the relationship was over long before. And one of the things that a lot of people don't realize, and we really see where we're working with couples, is that it starts a long time before that. The breakdown, it's not that you go to a cliff and suddenly you drop off the cliff together in a relationship because something happens. It starts with, you know, a disrespectful comment, an attack on somebody personally. You know, you're in a relationship and they do something that hurts you and you don't deal with that correctly, and what happens is you respond to that with pain and hurt and attack, and then they respond with pain and hurt and attack, and then you respond with pain and hurt and attack. And what happens, you've now got two people that are in this relationship who are just stabbing each other and continue to stab each other. So when the cheating or the big event happens that ends the relationship, actually isn't the event that ended the relationship. It was death by 1,000 cuts. And it's so sad because I see it so often. The number of relationships that people are in who are living this experience. There's no respect, there's no connection, there's no unity, there's no, you know, let's communicate, let's work on this. There's no growth together. They're not willing to grow. They're not willing to work on themselves. They're not willing to compromise and sacrifice and try to do whatever it takes to make this situation work. It's not a situationship. It's not a hookup. It's something that you invested in and you agreed to invest in together. And I am so sad that they have decided that they don't want to do the work and they're going to divorce. Not only am I sad for their children, but I'm sad that they've let themselves down because they are under this false illusion that somebody else will be better, something else will be better. And actually the reality is no relationship is easy or better. Nothing is easy and nothing is hard. Everything is work. You have to put the work in. You cannot go to the gym once and have a perfect body. You cannot diet for a day and have the dream body. You can't read one book and be the expert in something. So for those of you that are in relationships, and I mean the really invested relationships right now, who are in this situation where you are just stabbing each other constantly and stabbing each other, stop and take stock. When did you lose respect? When did you lose belief that brought you to the moment that you decided to get married and stand up in front of everybody and say, I do? When did you lose the faith in that decision that you made? Stop, take stock, look at the person you're with and find it within yourself to be kind and to be love and to be soft and to actually be there for that person and do the things that you promised you would do.